Yesterday, it finally happened. Taylor Hall was traded with Blake Spears to the Arizona Coyotes for Nick Merkley, Nate Schnarr, Kevin Ball, a lottery-protected first-round pick, and a conditional 2021 third-round pick that turns into a second-round pick if Arizona wins a playoff round this year or if Hall signs with Arizona. If both of those conditions happen, that third-round pick will turn into a first-round pick in 2021 for the New Jersey Devils. Digging a little deeper into the trade, Nick Merkley, a guy, a 5'10", 194, 2015, 30th overall pick in the first round, and he's got minimal NHL experience, being quite frank about it, but he's been a solid player in the AHL for the last couple of seasons. You look at Nate Schnarr, came off an outstanding season in the OHL, dropping 102 points in 65 games. A pleasant surprise nonetheless this season in the AHL, 1 goal on 8 assists in 22 games, coming back down to earth a little bit, still trying to prove that he can do that at a higher level, of course. This is what you want, though. You look at a guy like this, if you're a New Jersey fan, nobody's going to go out there and just give you the Bowen Byroms of the world that teams seem to think that they're going to get. They're not going to get the studs that are proven young studs that teams want to have in their future. You're going to have to take chances if you want prospects on guys that have shown flashes of greatness, flashes of being an NHL-worthy player, and this guy's done that, and I think the Devils did a good job here in those prospects in general there. But like I said, you're not going to get a guaranteed one. Don't expect somebody to just give you their top prospect for what's looking like a 3-month rental, 4-month rental of Taylor Hall. And then finally, they got Kevin Ball, the big body 2018 second round pick defenseman. And it's obviously, you know, a defenseman 2018-19 is expected to be more of a defensive defenseman in the league, but it's a defenseman nonetheless, something New Jersey definitely needs to, you know, work on here. They need some of everything. They need pieces everywhere. This trade kind of addresses that. They get him some future draft picks. They get him a few younger prospects that could turn out to be players for this team, whether it's bottom 6, top 6, doesn't matter. They need some of everything right now. And like I said, he's still 19. As a defenseman, you really don't know where a lot of these defensemen go until they get 3 or 4, maybe 5 years. They don't develop as quick as most forwards do, especially the defensive defensemen. And I think if you're New Jersey here, you got to be happy with what you got. I mean, it's easy to look at this trade and say, well, they got nothing for Taylor Hall. Well, that's how it works. You remember the Erik Karlsson trade. You remember the Matt Duchene trade last year. These are good players. You're not going to get the house for a guy that's a rental, especially a guy like Taylor Hall, who made it pretty clear he wants to win a Stanley Cup. That's his #1 goal. Teams are going to go out there and say, you know what, I'll take Taylor Hall but if he's not going to resign with us, how much can we possibly give up for this guy? Not to mention he's a rental. Not to mention New Jersey just held him out for 2 days. There was no option but for New Jersey to trade him at this point. I think the longer teams would have waited here, the easier it was going to get to make a trade, because they weren't just going to bench him for 3 weeks, which was going to end up having to happen if they didn't end up making a trade. But obviously, there was intensifying and planned on these guys making a trade with them, or somebody making a trade with them. But I do feel like the expectations were a little bit high there for New Jersey when it came to Taylor Hall. You gotta remember, these are rentals and the leverage involved here, knowing that this guy's on your team for 1 year. If it's Taylor Hall for 3 or 4 years, yeah, sure, then you could say Adam Larson. But for the most part, that's not the way you think about it. It was a pretty good flip for New Jersey to get a couple good years out of Taylor Hall, a very good year, I should say, an MVP season out of Taylor Hall, and then be able to flip him for a couple more players, a few draft picks. I think this is a great trade. The only thing I have one problem with here, if I'm New Jersey, is if he's gonna sign, the condition does not need to be, oh, you got to win a playoff round and he has to sign. If this guy signs with Arizona, which I still think is very, very unlikely, unless Arizona can prove to him this season where they can make second, third, fourth round, at that point, I guess it doesn't really matter, because, you know, he's going to sign, they're going to get the first round pick. But if this guy's going to sign with the team, you got to get that first overall pick or first round pick. It doesn't matter if they win a playoff round or not. This is a very talented player. Somebody locks him down for 8 years, you should expect that conditional first round pick. But for the most part, other than that, they did a great job here. I think, you know, Arizona, they took that chance. They're ready to start winning. They feel like the offense can be better, and this team's going to be competitive. Top of the division right now. They're taking that chance. You figure they make playoffs. That late first round draft pick, it's not a big loss. Again, they're just throwing some prospects away here. We'll see what happens, though. I think it's a great trade for both teams here. We'll see how she goes.